Hey guys, in this section we're going to create just a little bit of content for our, well, I shouldn't say create, we're going to copy some content to our site. Obviously, I wouldn't condone copying anything from anybody for production. Obviously, we're just doing, this isn't going to be a live site, so we can just use other articles as an example. Now, this article here at thewritersgreen.com, it's on home office organization, and it's just a really well written article as far as content, keywords, title, page title, headings. So I want to use this as an example, and we can even talk about the word count. You don't want articles that are too short, obviously. You also don't want articles that are too long and drawn out. You want just the right amount of words, which is usually around 500 to 700. And that can, of course, vary depending on what you're talking about. If you're creating some kind of guide, obviously that would be a little longer. If it's too long, you could use pagination or a read more Ajax link or something like that. So we're going to grab this article, but first I want to do a little bit to our blog. We have just the default theme and content. I'm going to make this a work from home blog since we're using that article. So one thing we want to do is change the title. We want to optimize this so WordPress blog obviously isn't going to do much for us. So if we go to settings and then general, we can call this work from home, and the tagline, we'll just say work we'll just say the work from home blog. Alright, so let's save that. Now if we reload, we have our title and our slogan. So if we look up here, you can see that the name of the article is in the page title, and then work from home, which is the name of the site, is after it. Now, before, I'd say maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, you would want to cram as many quality keywords as you could into this title, but that has definitely changed. You don't want to have repeat keywords in the title. And it used to be a bad thing if you used the name of your site because that would take up valuable space from keywords. But now Google is focusing more on brands, so it's actually a plus to have the name of your brand either before or after the page title. So let's go ahead and go to posts, and all we have is this sample post, hello world. So I'm going to create a new post, and I'm just going to grab this content, and we'll do more with this after we install some plugins as well. So this is just to get just some content down. Alright, so actually let me grab an image too. I don't want to use the same image. Again, if you're doing this on a production site, you don't want to use anybody's copywritten material. Let's see, check this out. Alright, so this is a good picture. Let's just save this. And actually, you know what? We'll do the image optimization in a separate chapter. Sorry, a separate section. So if you're familiar with WordPost, then you know how to add an image to a post. If not, you just want to put the cursor where you want the image, click on Add Media, Upload Files, and then just browse for the image. I'm not actually sure where I saved that. Oh, to my desktop. Alright, so I want to insert this into my post. Oh, we're actually in the text editor. I want to be in visual. So let's center that image. Alright, that looks good. Now let's talk about formatting a little bit. We have the main title up here, but then we have headings for different paragraphs, different areas of the article. So we want we want this to stick out somehow. I am going to make these titles in H4 tags. So I'm just going to throw an H4 around these titles. Okay, now the ending title. I mean ending tag, sorry. That's actually not a heading. Alright. Okay, so that looks good. Let's see what we have for options here. One mistake that I've made is we didn't create any categories. So let's create a new category and we'll call it Home Office. You definitely want to use categories and tags in your posts. Let's see. I'm going to click Add New Category. Home Office. Okay, tags is another aspect of your post. So we want to use helpful tags. So obviously Home Office. Now we want to relate to content we have in our post. So let's see. Tips to cut the clutter. So we'll say Home Office clutter. We don't need too many tags. Let's see. We could say office storage. And like I said, SEO is not all about keywords. You want to have just nicely laid out articles, and you do want keywords, but you don't want to overdo it. So we'll leave that for now. I don't like to have too many tags. Like you'll see that these tags all have Home Office, so you could optimize this a little bit better, but that's fine for now. The tags don't really have a huge effect in search results, if any. Meta tags, meta keywords now don't mean anything in SEO. So let's save this and look at it from the front end. So let's go to the home page, and we have our post. So there's a good amount of keywords. Home Office being probably the main keyword, but we're also looking at words like storage, shelving, supplies, organization. These are all related. So that's what Google looks at, is it looks at the page as a whole. You don't want just to just have Home Office repeated one after another. And I know it's in all the headings here, but it's not really in the paragraphs. So there's just a good amount of keywords. And we can optimize this post further when we install some SEO plugins. But for now, it's a pretty well written post. So next we'll get into, let's see, how to encourage comments, because you want to try to you want as much interactivity with users as possible. WordPress is a great platform for that because of the comment system. So in your post, you want to try to basically talk your user into leaving a comment. So that's what's next, and thanks for watching.